Good morning, beloveds. I am bleary-eyed because I did take the epic nap yesterday and then ended up staying up too late. Mostly arguing with Facebook. And Facebook kept winning, so teach me to argue with a website. But I got what I needed, so there's that. Just too late to do anything about it. But the Super Bowl was last night. The commercials were interesting. The game was interesting. Tom was really frustrated with the game. I thought it was pretty good. Of course, I didn't have a dog in the fight, so it was like, I didn't care who won. I was just halfway rooting for the Chiefs because because I felt sorry for Patrick Mahomes because he lost last year to Brady. And apparently I shouldn't have because he won 2 years ago. And I also, when I saw the date today, it's Monday the 13th. Which is the day before Valentine's Day. So there's that. But I also read Garfield growing up. And while humans have this issue with with Friday the 13th, Garfield always hated Monday the 13th. So he just hated Mondays, but he also, Monday the 13th was extra. So, there's just lots going on there. And some days, oh well. So it is February 13th. Our title is Claim Your Inheritance. The first quote is, "Say not, there are 4 months, and then cometh the harvest. Lift up your eyes and look on the fields, for they are white already to harvest." John 4:35. Please go read that one in context. It doesn't make sense. Thoughts of lack manifest as limitation. Thoughts of abundance manifest as success and happiness. Science of Mind, page 403. Throughout the Bible, human beings are depicted as the children of a loving Father who has offered us his kingdom. Okay. Throughout the Bible, humans are depicted as children of a loving parent who has offered us their kingdom. Repeatedly, we are told that this kingdom is at hand. Yet, though the harvest is ready, the laborers are few. Why is this so? In spiritual life, there exists a law called the law of demand and supply. Before substance can manifest, it must be demanded. A need must be expressed. For example, if I want to buy a home in which to raise my family, the demand sets up a field that will draw my home to me. The request comes first, the demonstration second. If you don't ask, you won't receive. There are many factors that limit what we are willing to ask for. One problem is that we don't feel worthy of the harvest. We tell ourselves, I don't deserve it. I'm not good enough. Or we believe that what we want is impossible to attain. How can I succeed now when others before me have failed? Or perhaps we feel guilty. Why should I have when others do not? All of these limitations are self-imposed. In order to receive from the fields of plenty, we must plow up and release the weeds of negative ideas and beliefs. A powerful way to do this is to work with affirmations and spiritual treatments on a daily basis. Affirm your own worthiness to partake in life's bountiful harvest. Then go forth and claim your divine inheritance. I am a child of God and therefore deserve all of God's good. I go forth to claim my divine inheritance of love, health, success, and prosperity. As my cup runneth over, I share my blessings with all whom I meet. And that is DB. I'm pretty sure that's Douglas Bloch, but I'm going to Yep, Douglas Bloch. Just wanted to double check. I'm almost through with the book, so it's like I've learned the initials now. Yesterday, and the video's not up yet, but it will be up on YouTube soon. Jesse was talking about how to get what we want. And I've learned that too. It's like, why do we have to ask for what we want? Because it creates that demand. It's like but it also signals our willingness. It signals our willingness to receive. Because what's the point of Spirit handing us something that we and you heard the limitations. We don't feel worthy. We feel guilty. This, that. What's the point of Spirit handing us something if we're not willing to receive it? So therefore, that's why we have to ask for it. We have to ask. We have to create a demand. And one of the things is like, well, why should I ask for something? I'm not worthy for it. Why should I have it and somebody else doesn't? Well, here's the thing. There's enough to go around. You are absolutely worthy, and you're not taking it away from anybody else. Okay, so that's one of those things. But what Jesse was talking about yesterday, and if you're on Facebook, just scroll back a couple of videos, and I'll have it up on YouTube tonight. Is when you want something bad enough that you're willing to do anything to get it. And what I thought the extraordinary point that he made was, when you're willing to do anything to get it, you won't have to do anything. You won't have to do everything to get it, because that signals your willingness to receive it, and the universe will conspire to bring it to you, because you haven't limited the ways that it can get to you. And that was the point that I thought was really amazing. It's like, if you want something, but you're only willing to do this to get it, then you are limiting all these other ways that Spirit could bring it to you. And I went, oh, so when you're willing to do anything to get it, you won't have to do everything to get it, because you're not limiting the possibilities of the way Spirit can bring you what you want. And I just went, I mean, it's pretty fantastic. And I think that's what that's what Douglas Bloch is leaning into here. It's like, if you want it, ask for it, and then be willing to do what you need to do. And he says, if you don't feel worthy, if you don't feel guilty, if you feel, there was another thing that he said in there. It's like, then work with affirmations, treat, plow up and pull up all of the weeds of the negative thoughts that tell you that you're not worthy. There's a whole lot of us running around with imposter syndrome. It's a thing. It's like, we don't feel like we're good enough to be doing what we're doing. And yet here we are doing it. It's an interesting statistic that men will apply for a job where they're only like they have 2/3 of the requirements to apply for a job. And women want to have 100% of the requirements before they apply for the job. And it's because they don't feel like they're worthy unless they have and men are like, nope, you know what? I can learn it on the job. And so it's one of those things. It's like that. And that's kind of where that imposter syndrome comes in. It's like, well, you can still learn. So it's like, ask for what you want, be willing to receive it, and know that you are worthy. You are here. You are living. You are breathing. You are worthy. You are worthy. Absolutely worthy. And so, work on those affirmations, and he gives you the great one down there in the bottom. I am a child of God, and therefore deserve all of God's good. We are children of God. We deserve all of God's good. And the amazing thing is that when you look at abundance, there's enough to go around. There is absolutely enough to go around. You are not taking good away from anybody else. Okay? We can deal with the satisfying the greed of man another time, because if you're watching this, I can pretty much guarantee you're probably not greedy. You want enough to be comfortable. You want enough to take care of your family. You don't want to take it away from anybody else. And that may be why you're reluctant to accept some of the good. Well, you know what? Accept your good. It's like when I was closing, I think yesterday, I said that sometimes when there's stuff to do, you want to look at the situation and go, what's mine to do in this situation? Absolutely what's mine to do. Because just because you see a problem doesn't mean it's yours to fix. It may be that you have a part to play because you've seen the problem. Emma says that. Nobody will come to you if you can't help them. But Emma does not say nobody will come to you if you can't fix them. It's not your job to fix people. The only person you can fix is you. God's honest truth. But you can help people. And so sometimes you have to look at situations and go, well, what is mine to do in this situation? So that's where we can let go of some of that. Why should I have it when others don't? Okay? There's enough to go around. So I am a child of God and therefore deserve all of God's good. I go forth and claim my divine inheritance of love, health, success, and prosperity. As my cup runneth over, I share my blessings with all whom I meet. Now, interestingly enough, he says not all who need the blessings, all who I meet. So there's that. But really, so many of the limitations in our life are self-imposed because we don't think we're worthy. And the truth of our being, the reality behind the facts that we look at every day are that we are beloved children of God. And more than that, we are actually the divine channels through which good moves into the material world. Ask. Ask for what you need. Ask for what you want. And then be willing to receive it. And be willing to follow the directions of what it calls on you to do to get it. There is that whole treat and move your feet. Treat and move your feet. So, all of these limitations are self-imposed. In order to receive from the fields of plenty, we must plow up and release the weeds of negative ideas and beliefs. A powerful way to do this is to work with affirmations and spiritual treatments on a daily basis. Affirm your own worthiness to partake in life's bountiful harvest, and then go forth and claim your divine inheritance. Treat and move your feet. Ask and be willing to receive. So, that's the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to work those affirmations and those spiritual treatments daily, spiritual practice, and plow up and release all of those negative ideas and beliefs about ourselves. It's an abundant universe. It is an abundant universe. And we are worthy of all of the good that comes to us. And probably more than we are willing to ask for. So, ask for and you will receive. All right, beloveds. That is the mission today. Work on those affirmations daily. Know who you are. The second part is to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, whatever that looks like. Big, small, doesn't matter. Point is to do it. That is part of that practice of knowing who you are. When you practice love, kindness, and compassion on yourself, then it makes you more willing to ask for what you need. It helps to release those negative ideas and beliefs that we have about ourselves. When we bump up against that wall, that self-imposed limitation, bump up against that, when our response is loving, kind, and compassionate, it helps to bring that wall down. When I talk about opening the windows of our soul, that's part of it, being loving, kind, and compassionate with ourselves, no matter what happens. And I say it every time. You deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. When you practice on yourself, you create a bank, a little extra. Or a lot extra when you meet people that need a little extra. But you also create a well-worn path to the infinite source of love, kindness, and compassion. So it can be as simple as taking a deep breath before you speak, giving yourself that moment. It can also look like taking a nap, taking a walk. If you are working on a project and it's not going well, setting it down and going and doing something else for a little while. That is the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing you can do. There was a flash. Cat flash, not sure which one. So distracted, love, kindness, compassion. when you practice every day, you create that well-worn path to the infinite source, okay? So that you are constantly drawing on it. Because it is who you are. It is what you are. As I have said before, you are a divine channel for love to move into the material plane. Kindness, compassion, and love. Practice every day. Practice every day. Okay. And it's a fun practice. And part of that practice can absolutely be eating dessert first. When I walked into the Builder's Hall after the service yesterday, that's exactly what I did. I went straight for the cupcakes. I ate 2 cupcakes before I ate real food. And then I ate real food. Then I ate 2 more cupcakes. But we won't talk about that. Eat dessert first. This year, I'm taking that for the metaphor that it is. Yes, I literally do mean sometimes you should eat dessert first. But I also mean your life is a special occasion. Don't save the good stuff. Wear the nice clothes. Eat the good food. Use the good china. Use the good silverware. Go the fun places. You know, if there's a restaurant that's hoity-toity and that's an old word for me, and a little expensive, then set some money aside and take yourself. At least once. Have the experience. Have the amazing experience. Okay? You deserve it. All right. You're a beloved child of God. All right. So practice love, kindness, and compassion on yourself. There are multiple ways to do it, and you can do a different one every day. All right. I think do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like today. It was a little cold for a bike ride, but we got it done. Get that early in your day bright light. Oh, yes. I skipped the water, but I'll go back to that. I talk about that because it's a circadian rhythm. There is an actual rhythm to your hormones. Early in your day, bright light helps to reset that. It'll help you have more energy during the day. You'll sleep better at night. You'll feel better. It is science. You can look it up. And artificial light counts. I got good sun this morning, so yeah, but, and hydrate. Drink plenty of water. Please drink plenty of water. Your brain works better when it's hydrated. So if you're going to work on your circadian rhythm, hydrate and your brain will work better. And so will your adrenal glands. And it doesn't have to just be water. You can mix stuff in the water. I'm a big believer in hot cocoa. So, and then my quote from Inner Psalms, open the windows of your soul. What does that look like? There's a number of ways to do it. Love, kindness, and compassion is a good way to start. Open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around you all the time. Okay? Here's the thing. It's a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. Once you learn that, once you learn how to get there yourself, because it's the only way to get there, then you can create it anytime. Heaven ceases to be a place and can be any place. And more importantly, can become every place. That's why we practice. And once you learn how to create it for yourself, people will kind of look at you and go, what do you know that I don't know? And then they'll want to learn. And it doesn't mean you have to teach them. Some days, the best way we teach is just by being authentically ourselves. All right. So, practice, practice, practice. And a good one from Emma is to look for the good and praise it. A good one. Look for the good and praise it. And sweetheart, beloved child, let me remind you, you are part of the good. You are made by God, of God, for God. You are of the good. So some days, if you got to look in that mirror and say, I see the good looking back at me, please do. Especially when that imposter syndrome rears its ugly head. There's one of your affirmations. I see the good looking back at me. Okay. I think I'm at the social media part where I remind you we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. Please feel free to go like, share, subscribe, do all of that. The algorithms get weird. And so the more of you guys that we have interacting with the page, the more the page shows up. So please interact with the pages. Like, share, subscribe, comment. all that stuff. All right. And if you want to know what's going on with the center, please email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact, and that will let you know what's going on. And the hot links are hot. If it says click here now, it'll either take you right to the information, i.e. the soul sessions on YouTube. It will take you right to the YouTube channel and that playlist, which is a fantastic playlist. I'm very proud of it. Or it'll take you to the person that'll help you get the information. Sometimes if you're requesting Zoom links, it takes you to a person. So please email info@creativelife.org. That will get you what you need to know. The next thing that we've got coming up at the center is we've got a really amazing soul session coming up this Wednesday with a nice lady called Norma Green. And apparently she was at a number of the MLK marches, including the I Have a Dream one. So please check that out. It'll be really good. And I'll get that one up on the YouTube playlist ASAP. So look for that. Look for that. All right. I think I'm moving into have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a Monday, a get your week started on the right foot day, a sunny day, a I've got plenty of energy, let's go get 'em day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day, because you are enough just as you are. You're a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased and well represented. You are a brilliant light. You are a divine spark. You are a divine channel. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. You are a godling. That is the truth of your being, whatever the facts may be. That is the truth. And I will say it every day until you know it yourself. Okay. You don't have to believe me, but work on yourself, and that will go a long way to helping you claim your divine inheritance by knowing who you are. Okay. Reverend David should be around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.